Okay, so I was tiptoeing around and I think I heard what I heard and I think I saw what I saw. Are we actually talking about getting the band back together somewhat? Funky Dineva and Claudia Jordan talking reunification. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I saw and exactly what I heard. Now, let's talk about it. Hey, guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Welcome to Spillitboy TV, and this is Hot Topics for Spillitboy TV. Now, listen, I was out there in the streets and I was walking around and I looked and I seen some function. I don't know exactly where this took place, but we had Funky Dineva in the room and we also had Claudia Jordan in the room. And they were both on the main stage, which was in the middle of the floor. It looked like a ballroom type of a situation or, some type of like a cabaret or something of that nature. But they were literally standing across from each other, and Funky basically kind of bared his soul to Claudia about the whole TGIF situation and how he was feeling. Um, it was really touching. I'm not here to drum up any drama at all because it was dramatic naturally because it's Claudia Jordan and Funky Dineva, so it's definitely going to be dramatic, but it was actually a touching moment. There was a bit of an apology there was listen, time has passed and this is how I actually feel about things. And Claudia stood there and she literally received what was being said, and Funky told her, girl, we had lightning in a bottle. We literally had lightning in a bottle. And I would like to work with you again. I would like to work with you again. Those were his words. And Claudia, she she accepted. They actually hugged. They were who they were. Okay, they were who they were because Claudia, she hang on to stuff. Funky can hang on to stuff. Okay, you forgive, you don't ever forget. Okay, so that's the both of them. And she said, some things weren't really even about you. You know, I was really hurt by this. I ran into it earlier today, Erica. So I'm going to say it must have happened yesterday. It was Oliver Twix is who actually put it out there in his Insta. Yeah, because Oliver was there at whatever the situation was. Um, it was a feel good moment. It was a feel good moment. It was a moment where adults actually seeing each other and the egos were kind of put to the side for the most part. The egos were put to the side. Now, all that being said, all that's cute. All of that's real cute. But now there's some stuff that we got to talk about. There are some things that we have to talk about because now of course, I saw comments. Now we're stepping into, y'all know what I like to call it, the court of public opinion. We got folks who say, I would never work with Funky Dineva again after that stunt that he pulled. I would never work with him again after that stunt that he pulled. If I was Claudia, I wouldn't dare. And there's other people that said, you can hear that in the crowd. We love you, Claudia. So I'm kind of thinking that whatever it was, that the event that they had was actually a Funky event. And her being there told me a lot. See, I'm getting ready to get down to the whole thing of it. Um, know this. Know that I'm a huge Funky Dineva fan. Y'all know that. A lot of why I do what I do, the way I do it, is things that I learned from Funky Dineva and watching Funky Dineva over the years. A lot of why I move the way I move and things that I won't do is learned from Funky Dineva. He literally has made the mistakes so we don't have to make them. Funky is a person, you can like him or don't like him. Funky literally did walk so that we could run. Okay, so I got a lot of respect for him, but I don't ever put into a box who he is and the mistakes that he makes. And like I said, I learn from the mistakes that he makes. I've learned from some of the strides that he has taken. I've taken a whole bunch of the words that he's actually given over the years. Okay? Over the years. And I have my own feelings about Funky and who he is and how he moves and all of that. I have met Funky. Me and Funky Dineva are not friends, but I have met him in person. He knows who I am. I know who he is and all of that. But I stay very much neutral to what it is that goes on. Do I like everything he does? No. Do I agree with everything he does? No. Everything he says? No. Do I cringe sometimes? Funky time? Yes. Yes. I sit and I say, oh, Funky, now you know they're going to get you. And that's with every person that I am. Y'all know me and T.S. Madison are literally friends. There's times when Maddie opens her, there's a lot of times when Maddie opens her mouth and I say, oh, Maddie, you know they're going to get you. You know, so I'm not that person. I'm not the blind person to, oh, everything they do is wonderful. No, it's not. No, it's not. They are people. They make mistakes. They make missteps. You know, it is what it is. Okay? But I love Funky. I've learned a lot from Funky. Good and bad. How to move and how not to move. I've learned from Funky, and I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful. Every time he make a different kind of move, and I'm like, oof, you took that, Brock. I don't have to take that knot upside the head. So, like I said, a lot to be discussed. When it comes to the situation with TEAGif, I personally didn't have a problem with what happened with Funky and TEAGif. I didn't have a problem with how he left. I didn't have a problem with the way things went down. Listen, it was business. It was business, and up underneath it, there was some personal stuff. There was some personal stuff. Now, he actually did say in that little meeting that they were having, that little meeting of the minds real fast, because it was only like about 15 minutes or so that they were having. He was saying, I want to work with you. I want to work in a situation where everybody has equal pay and this, that, thing, and the other. And I said, now I'm listening. Because again, see, I always am I'm listening to the conversation that's not being had. I'm listening to the conversation that's not being had. I watched Claudia and the way she moved. I didn't like everything she had going on during that time. A lot of what she had going on was a whole lot of, it was interesting. It was very interesting. We're going to talk about it. And then here's the thing. This is when I knew that Funky and Claudia were kind of on the same page and feeling each other, because I was like, Funky, I know you're not bearing your soul. See, I know him well enough to know he ain't just bearing his soul to Claudia for it to be thrown in his face. Catch what I'm saying. This is for the ones in the back, in the slow seats, in the back. Don't you ever think for one moment that Claudia Jordan and Funky Dineva got in front of you all, us, and had this conversation, and it was totally impromptu. I don't believe it. I ain't buying it. I love you dearly, but no, baby, I'm not buying it. A lot of it I felt was very much heartfelt. I felt like it was definitely heartfelt, but the conversation itself I thought was a little performative. It was performative. Absolutely, because I can't see either one of their narcissistic behinds standing up there putting all their feelings on display live for the other to crack their face. SpillitBoyTV ain't buying it. Not at all. And another thing that I know about a Claudia and a Funky Dineva is they ain't getting together telling you about no business move and something ain't already somewhere on paper. If they are talking about putting together something and them getting back together and working together, you better believe that they didn't already discuss that where we were not privy to the conversation. Because both of them are smarter than that. One thing that you definitely don't do in social media is sit down and say, I'm getting ready to put this idea together and say it in front of every open ear of a content creator that is out there. That don't even make sense. So I'm always here for the performance. It's a show. Give me a show. When we click the button, there's a show. There's a show. They're social media content creators, public figures. It's a show. I'm here for the show. I'm here for the show. But do I believe that just was an impromptu conversation? No. The fact that Claudia was actually in a space where there was an open microphone and it was in the hand of Funky Dineva, I'd say they were already cool. They already had some type of understanding. I don't think either one trusts the other with cracking their faces like that. I'm sorry, I just don't. Now, I could be wrong because, like I said, me and Funky Dineva are not friends. I've met him one time as a fan, just like, any of the rest of y'all who have met him. But I've been watching him and following him and trailing him long enough. And we share that whole, we both were part of the Legibitiqua, honey. Am I going to put myself in a position to let you crack my face after I've cracked your face on the level that he delivered a face crack? Because let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. With the whole TGI breakup thing, Funky Dineva put the nails in the coffin. He literally, that little saying, fuck around and find out, if that wasn't the end of TGIF, if fuck around and find out was a person, boom. It was business. He asked for more money. They didn't want to give it. He wanted, whatever he wanted, it was business demands. They didn't want to give it to him. He literally told them, ain't no problem. See, that's why I didn't understand where people had a problem. Because if you know your worth and you know what you're bringing to the table, why are you wrong for demanding what it is that you want? Especially after you lowered yourself and humbled yourself to be a team player and then said, okay, we've done this. We've proven ourselves. I've proven what I bring to this. Okay, let's renegotiate. It was time to renegotiate a contract. They didn't want to agree. He rolled. What was the problem? What was the problem? The only thing is he's a smart mouth bitch. I mean, you knew that. You knew that from the door. He wasn't just happy. Gary, wait, let me click this. Gary said he was happy they were failing. No, Gary, he wasn't just happy that they were failing. He was the reason they were failing. Now, let's call it what it was. He wasn't just happy that they were failing. He was the catalyst that made them fail. He upset the business model. They tried everything. They tried it with the two. They tried bringing other people in. They brought in names that they felt were as big as him. They brought in T.S. Madison. She couldn't save it. They brought in Dustin Ross. You know what? I still say I love Armand, but Dustin Ross was always my choice. But I could be biased because y'all know I loves me some Dustin Ross. But Dustin, the people like Dustin. The people really did like Dustin. I still don't think, even with Dustin on the show, they could not compete. When he saddled them with the same time frame, it was a literal fuck around and find out. I told you, don't play with me. He delivered what Big Mama tell y'all in Soul Food. He delivered them a devastating blow. And they hung on as long as they could. They did. They hung on as long as they could. They could not compete with the machine. At whatever point it was, they felt like Fox Soul was the machine. Fox Soul was never the machine. Fox Soul wasn't never the machine. Fox Soul was the house. The talent was inside the house. When part of the talent left out of the house, the bills ain't being paid. The bills ain't being paid. Because that's how everything was being looked at, like Fox Soul was the Messiah. It was for some people. When Armand came on, yes, that was a breath of fresh air for Armand. But truth be told, Funky didn't need Fox Soul. And he got in there. He looked at how everything was. He watched because he's very smart. Remember, that man actually has a degree in money and numbers and things. Like, are y'all stupid or you dumb? What's going on? He done sat there and he done paid very close attention to what he was. Everything he did was calculated. The conversations he had was calculated. He moved about the way he moved about. And at the end of the day, it was part business, part personal, a whole lot of business. It made a whole lot of sense to me. It made a whole lot of sense to me. But when you did not meet his needs, he could have went on and did whatever it was he was going to do and just do it, but he went and did it over top of you. Because there was a lot of other stuff. There was other stuff. There was some punching and pulling and, you know, there was some personal. So when it gets personal, I got to get you. He's a queen. What do you want? He's a queen. Claudia, same thing. Claudia jumped right back out there. Claudia was fighting fire with fire. Claudia jumped right. Now, let's not forget. See, how soon we forget. Because we forgot. Y'all forgot Claudia ran over there to Conscious TV. She ran right on over there to Beauty's channel and used Beauty's channel as a catalyst to kick things off and get to bring more. Come on, let's get the drama going. I got to fight fire with fire. He was fighting her from over in the YouTube sphere. She came over in the YouTube sphere as well. And she went to Conscious TV. And that's where everything kicked off with the, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that for all of the YouTubers. Y'all thought that was not a dig at Funky? Come on, y'all. Come on. Now this is me talking. Nobody else. This is me. You don't like what I'm saying? Then you tell me about it. You deal with me about it. I'm saying what I'm saying from where I'm sitting. From where I'm sitting. She fought fire with fire. She came over into the YouTube sphere and she kicked off and she was trying to do her thing. She was like, you're not just going to take me down. I'm going over here and I'm going to do what it is I know how to do. She went to Conscious TV and the drama ensued. But no matter what, there's always going to be a winner and there's always going to be a loser. It took a while. It took a while till we got an actual winner. But ain't that man still over there carrying with numbers? And ain't nobody bothering his numbers. He's still reigning supreme. But I know doggone well he had to feel some kind of way. You done went to Conscious TV. Now you reaching to the other YouTubers who he basically, I'm sure he kind of looks at us all as like, yeah, they're my people, child. Again, like I said, he walked so that we could run. And you go to get us to battle him. That was cute. That was cute. And it was cute. And it did create some things for other people. There was definitely a silver lining in the cloud. But Funky Dineva whipped the shit out of TGIF. From the beginning, during the middle, and at the end. Funky war there is out. He did. And now Al is wherever Al is. Ain't nobody even looking for Al, I don't think. In that type of, I ain't even heard nothing about nothing that Al's doing. And Funky's still doing his thing. It's still going strong. Claudia's over there now with Dustin and Carlos. Carlos is already the TV guy. Carlos is the TV guy because that was the whole big thing. Ooh, Fox sold TV. Carlos is the TV guy. He can't win the battle in the YouTube sphere with Funky either. Sorry. And I live for Carlos too, but it's just the facts are the facts. In the YouTube sphere and doing commentary, Carlos can't win the battle against Funky either. He can't. He can't. So that is what that is. I definitely, like he said, it's there. The lightning is in the bottle. The money is on the table. No matter how they feel about one another and the fact that they don't really, I know they don't trust each other like that. And if they do, they're foolish, the both of them. Neither one should trust the other. But business is business. You know what mistakes you made last time? Go into it without those mistakes, and whatever else happens, happens. But yeah, don't go make the exact same mistakes. And obviously, they don't see it for the whole Carlos, Dustin, Claudia thing, because the conversation was like that didn't even exist. The conversation, that whole trio, the trio thing is like it, we keep trying to repeat it. And one thing I want to say, let's not forget. Because I see a lot of, with Claudia and, Claudia this, that. Don't forget, Claudia stole that business model. Did y'all forget? I know some people forget. Did y'all forget? Because I never forgot. She did well. I live for what she did, but Claudia flat out stole that show model from Nene Lenithia. Y'all know Lenithia? She stole it from Lenithia. That was Nene Leakes' brainchild. And she tried it, and it didn't work. She had, I've said this before, Nene literally had some folks who they didn't have a name behind them. We didn't know those people. And that was the kickoff. Claudia went and grabbed two people from the LGBTQIA who actually had a name behind them. That was the difference. I don't know if those people that Nene was with, I don't know if they were good or not good. I don't even think we even really gave them a big chance. But we didn't know them. And we was giving y'all, who is these girls? We don't know them girls, honey. And that was...
Oh, I had almost gagged just then.
Don't gag, sweetie. They stole it. It was stolen. It was stolen. The idea was stolen. Nene did it, fell on her face. Claudia jumped in and took it. And there's nothing, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You could definitely take an idea, and if you make it better, that's what you better do. If you're going to take someone's idea, you're supposed to ramp it up by 10. And she did that. So by all means, hey, hats off to her. I give her all her credit for that. But let's not pretend like Claudia, Claudia made business moves. These were cutthroat, back alley business moves, all of it. Everything said big business. Take your feelings out of it. Everybody was slinging dirt and throwing hash and getting it done and trying to get to the bag. So I'm just eager to see what's really going on. It was interesting. It was a very interesting thing. I didn't expect to see that. I didn't expect to see that. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm expecting to see going forward, and I may be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back and say I'm wrong. Okay. If they're smart, they won't recreate TGIF. TGIF is over. Okay. TGIF is over. Go on and build something different. Go on and build something different. Now, you said y'all want to work together, then the two of you work together. But we don't need to keep rebuilding this same thing over and over and over again. If that's over, that's over. Would y'all actually watch Funky Al and Claudia again? Nobody said anything about Al, but I'm just saying, if you put the whole band back together, because Al and Funky are still cool, and I don't know if Claudia is cool with Al, but Claudia is a businesswoman. I'll give her that. Claudia knows how to compartmentalize whatever her gripes and her issues are to get the money and get things done and do the business. Okay, so would you all, and just a show of hands, would you all actually watch Al, Funky, and Claudia again? And then do you think it would be a train wreck? I'll definitely watch Claudia and Funky. They just said no before you even get it out, child. I don't need Al. Me personally, I don't need Al back. Nothing personal against Al, but I never needed Al in the first place. I would watch Dustin. I don't care where they put Dustin. I would watch Dustin, and y'all know it, and I would support Dustin. But I don't know that Dustin even has time to do that because he's touring. If Dustin Ross is coming to your city, you need to go out and see Dustin Ross. He is doing his own one-man show, and I'm so angry. He was coming to Pittsburgh, and something happened. I don't know. It was something about scheduling or something. But I purchased the very first ticket at the winery, City Winery. I purchased the very first ticket, front row. I had as soon as it went on sale, bam, I had my ticket, front row. And I was so heartbroken when things didn't work out. But I would definitely watch Dustin. Would y'all want to see Armand with Funky? Would you like to see Armand, Funky, and Claudia? Possibly. I see y'all saying add Quad. And y'all know I love her to death. I have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. Because Quad is funny. So she definitely is funny. Was she at the time? The TS definitely, I don't think she has time. I don't know. Quad would be, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Who would we actually put with the two of them? Not Carlos. I couldn't see Carlos with them. It'd be, I couldn't see it. Who would actually go? Hell, maybe it just need to be Funky and Claudia. That's a whole different situation altogether. Maybe just Funky and Claudia. Just a him and her. Just me. No, no, baby. Not at all. Not at all, Coy. Not no. What? Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, I cannot. You say, why not Al? Al didn't, well, that's just me personally. Al didn't excite me. It just, and Al and Funky, I just used to be cringing at the two of them. I don't, I don't know. But no, I can't. No, I can't see no Miss Tamar. I can't. Or maybe they need to grab somebody that we don't know. Kenya Moore? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Bad Biscuit. Absolutely not. I couldn't see Kenya Moore even sitting in that type of space. Absolutely not. Kenya Moore is a fierce housewife. Kenya Moore as a panel person, I don't see it. I don't see it. Craig Craig could sit in that seat. There'd be some real interesting tag alongs with him and Funky. Craig and Funky would be a whole mess. Be a whole mess. Maddie would be entertaining, but I don't think Maddie could actually commit to it. That was the problem before. Maddie couldn't even commit to the scheduling of it. Maddie got a whole lot going on. Someone said Mims. Make it make sense. I love Mims. I do love Mims. And here, this part. Claudia made, oh, here I go. I'm going to start some shit. Claudia, come here, honey. Come here. Come down front. He ain't say nothing, but I'm going to say it. Conscious TV, you made some promises to Conscious TV. Maybe it's time to make good on them. I always felt a way about the fact that Conscious TV's platform was used to kick off the drama and the hype of other YouTubers being pulled in, and Conscious never got his time to sit on the panel. I have always felt a way about that, and I still do. And he said, listen, and this is me talking. Conscious TV has not said a word about anything about that. He actually has said, no, everything is fine. Me and Claudia got to understand that he shut that down when I said it. But here I am saying it again. That's how I feel. I feel you made promises, and maybe now is the time to make good on it. I could see Conscious sitting in the seat and getting a shot at it, because he didn't get a shot to actually try it, where there were other people who tried that the people just did not respond well to. He didn't even get a shot. He didn't even get a shot to sit in front of the crowd and see what the crowd said. Oliver Twixt. I don't know if Oliver would want to do that. I think I want Oliver in the surefire money seat. Put my Oliver behind the camera. Put my Oliver over there in production, where it don't even matter what y'all got to say. His money is solid. He got a lot of different talents. But do I think Oliver could sit in the seat and be funny? Absolutely. 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 You said Bondi. Bondi would bring a definite an interesting energy to it, and it would actually, you know what? Now that you say it, Bondi, we would be off from the TEAGif situation, because it would now be two women and a man. And then Bondi is an interesting character. She's an interesting character. So yeah, Bondi would bring something very interesting and different to the table. So yeah, maybe Bondi. Absolutely, my Rodney. Rodney, the mouth of the South, Rodney. Yes. Yes, I could definitely see that for Rodney. Dr. Heavenly, absolutely not. No, not Heavenly. Heavenly good on Heavenly's own. Rocks, no. Not Forest Rocks. Forest Rocks don't deal in mess. Roxy don't deal in mess. And the type of show that this is, this type of business model can get very messy. So that's the only, it's not that she can't do it. Rox is beautiful. Rox is sharp. You know, she's smart. You know, she's actually my favorite YouTuber. So that is that. Nothing bad about Rox. Rox got it all the way together, but Rox don't deal in mess at all. She does not deal in mess at all. So no, I wouldn't even want Rox pulled into that type of an arena. Alexander Diane Rogers, y'all already know. Y'all already know what I think about my Alexander. My Alexander can sit in any seat and make it work. He can. He definitely can. He definitely can. But yeah, cousin Rodney, that's my baby there. Yes. Oh, Rodney. Gabor. Gabor can sit in that seat. Only thing is, Gabor don't come on camera. Now, here's the thing about that. That would add a different layer. The fact that Gabor doesn't come on camera and he stays behind the screen, that's kind of it. That could give like a new age Sita. Y'all remember Sita from BET? See, there's a whole lot that could actually happen, but I don't know what that would do with the way they do their business, because if the door opens up properly, dealing with a Funky and dealing with a Claudia Jordan, there will be FaceTime in the future of it. And what would that actually look like for Gabor? Because when it comes to the opportunities presenting itself, because let's just face it, if you put Claudia Jordan in a spot and you put Funky Dineva in a spot, there are going to be opportunities. And they'll be invited to things. Him being behind a screen, what would that actually do for Gabor? Oh, honey, Gabor is fabulous with mess, Bap. Gabor know how to do it, and he know. Listen, Gabor's mouth. My baby's mouth is something serious. You understand? He know how to handle himself. He knows how to handle himself. Don't you ever forget. He knows how to handle himself. Him and Rodney. Mims, I can see it. I can see it for Mims. There was somebody else's name that went up there. Oh, Bingeworthy. No. And I love Bingeworthy with his cute little self. I do. I love Bingeworthy, but Bingeworthy is good on his own. He's good on his own. I don't know how he would be in a panel setting. And again, he spends a lot of time behind the screen. He is actually showing himself more nowadays. And I don't know why he didn't show himself. He's absolutely adorable. So I don't know why he didn't show himself, but his thing was really cute. Like his brand is very cute, but he's a solo. He gets down and he's fantastic on his own. So I don't know about Bingeworthy. I'm not so settled on that. I'm not so settled on that. But yeah, child, if y'all don't know my Gabor, y'all go see Gabor, honey. Gabor's everything. Gabor's everything. And there are more. And there are more. Scotty is sitting around here waiting on an opportunity to do his thing. Yeah, Scotty is ready. Scotty has the momentum that has built. Scotty camera ready. Scotty like looking at Scotty. I just see him and I'll be so happy with Scotty. Just the growth of Scotty. Scotty would be okay. He's really experienced some things and he's really come out of his shell. And like I said, that thing likes being on screen. Oh, Scotty, yes, he does. Oh, yes. Yes, he does. Angelica Ross. Angelica ain't funny though. I loved Angelica, but Angelica ain't funny. Angelica's serious. I'll sit Angelica somewhere with Hope and let them do something real serious and, you know, a lot of numbers and politics and things like that. Angelica, though, I don't get funny from her. I've never received funny from her. Now, here go one. You want somebody funny? Go the hell on over there and get Miss Sophia. Somebody go grab Miss Sophia. Because Miss Sophia is extremely intelligent, extremely on top of what be going on, and she's funny, and she's old school. She has lived. So there's a whole lot that Miss Sophia would bring to the table that Funky couldn't bring, or Claudia. Okay, Miss Sophia, all our mama child. Miss Sophia would bring a level of old school that nobody that we mentioned could bring. So yeah, Miss Sophia would definitely one of the. Gary with the T. Gary with the T, same thing. Jesse Wu. I love Jesse Wu. Jesse Wu would be a really good addition. Yeah, Jesse is a ball of fire and always has been. She's a ball of fire. Flame Monroe, no. Mm-mm. Flame is good on Flame's own. I don't know about Flame, and I like Flame as a guest, but a constant I like Flame on her own. I like Flame on her own, but that's just me. I don't know if Flame could sit in that position. I get a feeling like that Flame would get bored being in that setting all the time. Like it's so much structure, you know, with her being with other people. I like Flame on her own. Flame is remarkable by herself when she does her thing. Yeah, Flame. Oh, Flame is definitely old school, smart. Flame has she's controversial. She has her own following. You know, Flame is definitely she's formidable, but I just see her as a solo act. As a solo act. Just me. Just me. But now I'm gonna go ahead and we didn't kick this around. We didn't kick this around for a bit. I've enjoyed you all. The Scorpion show. Well, they are the Scorpion show. So I'll do nothing to pull the two of them apart. And do we need them together? Well, that's different. I'm thinking, wait a minute now. Because if we bring Kevin and Mikhail and they sit there like Cisco and Ebert together, you might be on to something. Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't want to pull Kevin or pull Mikhail. They are one. They work well together. They work well together. That would be an interesting dynamic, a twosome like that, like a Cisco and Ebert. That might be very interesting. That might, yeah, the Scorpion show. That's a whole different twist on things. That might be very interesting. Very interesting. And maybe not 3. Maybe if we do just 2 or move it to 4. I ain't gonna go as far as 5 people, but maybe 4. Maybe 4. Maybe Claudia needs another piece of actual feminine energy. And y'all know when I say actual feminine energy, I'm talking about another woman. Not a trans woman, not another woman. So the whole Bondi thing, yeah, that's ringing in my ear. The whole Bondi thing. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. This, I didn't even expect this live to be this interesting, but now y'all got my wheels a spinning. Y'all got my wheels spinning. And listen, I'm just excited for whatever it's going to end up being. I'm okay with it. Come on back. Let's get it back. I saw somebody put Kaya out there. Kaya is a solo act. Kaya don't work well with others. So no, not Kaya, because Kaya just don't work well with others. So no, Kaya is phenomenal on what it is that she does. She's can't take it away. She's phenomenal at what she does solo. Yeah. So anyway, listen, I love y'all for real. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I love that you all, because a lot of times when we do these types of conversations and we talk about all of us as a whole, sometimes it gets very ugly in the chat. So hats off to you all, which my people generally act pretty decent, but thank you all for being respectful of me and one another in this conversation. So hats off to you all. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah to you all. Listen, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a great week coming up here, okay? And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.